This video we will learn about what is parameters of function. The learning objectives of this video are that the student will know what that function has parameters, and then student know how to write parameters correctly. So why does function have parameter? So this is the reason why function have parameters, that function is a subprogram which is independent from main program and other subprogram. Then one of the ways to exchange the data among subprograms or with the main program is by passing the data through parameters. So this is the example of parameters in the function. So start from this prototype function. The parameters of a function will be declared inside of this this bracket. So when you have the prototype function, you just need to mention the data type of those parameters, and then in the detail of the function, then you have to give the variable of the parameters, and then the number should be the same. So if you have two parameters, then in the prototype function should be also 2. And when you call the function, suppose like I call in the main program, then we have to provide the parameters and the number should be the same. So a and b, this is 2 parameters, and this is suitable with the declaration of the function, which also have 2 parameters. And you have to be careful that the data type of the given parameters here, it should be suitable. So if the first parameter is float, then we have to provide the first parameter here. It should be also float. For the b, this one, the second parameter, as you can see that this is float, then it's also should be float. How to use parameter? So as in the previous example, so when you want to use parameter, you have to declare it in the function. When you define the function, you give the detail of the parameters, the number, and then the data type. And about the name, well, for the name it is free. So as long as the name it is fulfill the rule of giving a name in variable in C++, then it is okay, you can use it. So even though here I have a and b, but the detail of this a and b is different with this a and b in this parameter, in this function at. So even though the name they are equal, but the memory allocation are different. So when you want to use parameters, then you have to pay attention with the number of the parameters and also the data type. They should be suitable. And then in C++, there are 2 types of parameters, and the first type of parameters is parameter by value. So what is parameter by value? So let us see here, when we execute the first line of the main program, then we will allocate a memory space with the name of p and the type is char, and then the second line we will have a, b, and c memory allocations, and then suppose p, it is a addition sign, so it will be true for the third line. This should be double equal, and then we will go to the fourth line, which is a function called add. So we will jump to this execution or to this line, and here I will give a value in A and a value in B, suppose 1 and 2, even though I haven't written in this program, but I just assume, or I just give values 1 and 2 in A and B. So now when you execute the function called add, then in the first line you have 1 and 2 memory allocation with the name of A and B, and then what is the value A and B? This is according to the function call here. So what is A and B is based on this value. What is A here? This is 1. What is B here? This is 2. So this also 1 and 2. In another word, I can say that this A and B is just a copy of A and B in the main program. So there are two separate memory allocation, even though the name they are equal, but they are separate. And then here I will see out A and B, which is A plus B, which is 3. Then after executing this function, this memory will be erased, and the program execution will go to the next program execution. However, because this is else and this if is already true, then it will jump to the last line. This is about parameter by value. Then the second type of parameters in C++ is parameter by reference. So what is parameter by reference? Let us look this example. So in the first program execution, we have to define memory allocation P, and the value is plus, and then we have memory allocation of A with 15, memory allocation B with 3. Okay, so it goes to here, and then it will go to the fourth line. P is equal to plus, so this is correct. Then it will do the function call add, and this is the parameter. So you can see the difference between this example and the previous example. In the previous example, we just write down A and B without any other character, but here we have this ampersand character. So this ampersand character indicate that this is parameter by reference. So what will happen here? So this means that you give the first parameter with the address of parameter of variable A. Okay, what is the address of variable A? Suppose I just give this is 3f. Okay, So now I will go to this line, and then I will allocate a memory which is a pointer. This is a pointer A, and then this pointer will point to the address of 3F. And then we have another memory which is B, and B will be the same as this one. This is 3, so it will be copy of 3. Okay, now what we have here for the second line, that A is equal to A plus B. So this A, be careful that we have star here, so it is a pointer. It means that this A is this memory allocation. It means that we have 15, so this one is 15 plus 3, right? And this will be equal to 18, and then we assign this number 18 to A. And which A? So because this is a pointer, then we have to put in memory which is pointed by this. This is 3F, so it pointed to this 15. So it will be changed, the value will be changed into 18. Okay, and then B equal to 5. Which B? Because B is a local variable, or it is the variable inside of this add. So this B will change into 5. This will change into 5. So not this one. This one is outside the scope of this variable or this assignment. And now let us see the next function call. Suppose I have P is equal to minus or subtract, so this will be true, and then I will do the function call. And then let us see here what is the function call. In this function call we have 2 parameters, and those parameters have this ampersand character, so it means that this is an address. So it means that this is a parameter by reference also. So there are 2 styles for writing parameter by reference. You can use pointer like this, or you can use this ampersand, which indicate the address of this variable. So you can choose which one you will use as your convenient. So here the first parameter will be pointing to this variable, and this B also, it will point it to this variable B. So inside of this subtract I will have two memory allocation, and this one is just for giving you the logic, or how this ampersand or how this parameter by reference work. So I have 2 memory, and then this memory will have the value of the address of A. So this is the address of the first parameter, which is A here, so this is 3F, and then this one is the address of the second parameter, which is B, and B may be this is for 1, suppose like that. So this is for 1. Okay, this is A and B. Now when you do this one, this A is equal to this A itself minus B, but which A is actually which value of A which is subtracted by this B. So you can see here that this is an address, so we will take the value of this address, the value which is pointed with this address. So we have 15 for the beginning. It is 15, right? For the beginning this is 15. So we have 15 here, 15 minus B. So B here is the value which is pointed by this address. So this is 41, so this one. So we have 3 minus 3, so it will be equal to 12, and then we store or we assign to A, and A is here, so we have 12. So now this A in the main program will be 12. Okay, and if you do like this, B equal to 8, so the B in the main program will also change into 8. Okay, and then when you see out what is A and B in the main program, then you will have 12 and 8. So that's how parameter by reference work. And then the last parameter in function is in the representation of array. So suppose you have an array and you want to pass that array into function, then you can do like this. So you have this array, and then you have this function, and then if you want an array to be in the parameter input parameter of this function, then you just write like this, the data type, and then the name. So the name, it can be different with the array in the main program. It can be different, and then you give this square bracket to indicate that this is an array. Okay, now how to call this function average? You just call average and then give the name of the array. Just it. Now I hope you can answer this quiz. The first question is, what should we pay attention when giving parameters of function? So you have to pay attention with the data type and the number of the parameter. If the function has only one input parameter, then you have to give only one parameter. If it is 2, then you have to give 2 parameter. So it should be exactly the same. What are the differences of parameter by value and by reference? The difference is that in parameter by value, you have copy. We have copy of the variable inside the calling function. So we have copy. The value, they are just equal, exactly the same. However, and they are a copy, but it is different with if you use parameter by reference. In parameter by reference, the input parameter is just pointing to the variable of the calling function. So they're just a pointer. They just pointed. So that's about the parameter in function, and we will see the next video.